Tonight, we have a warning for parents of children who are surfing the web for fun and friends. While your kids may be looking for companionship, conversation, maybe even some human connection during pandemic lockdown, child sex predators are looking for an easy mark.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Patricia Del Rio discovered a website where kids congregate and all too often are met by adults with sinister motives. And we must warn you, this story contains frank conversations about online predators and their activities.
Now, we did blur most of the images and change the voices in the story to protect the children we met and keep you from seeing what they saw. Here's Patricia.
This is Omegle. It's a free website where you can text and video chat with people around the world that's growing increasingly popular among teens, tweens, and even younger. But this is no place for kids. It does have warnings that predators have been known to use Omegle, so please be careful. It asks if you are 18, but all you do is click OK and you're in. The site's tagline is literally talk to strangers.
We teach them since they were this big, don't talk to strangers. But as you'll see in a couple seconds, a couple clicks of the mouse, they're in a stranger's world they shouldn't be in.
That's Scott Driscoll, an internet safety expert who spent years as a police officer doing undercover web-based crime investigations. He agreed to go on Omegle for Eyewitness News and show us how dangerous it can be.
The screen will split. You're going to see my camera come in down here, and then we'll get random strangers up here, and we'll see what happens.
Within the first few moments, what we see is pornographic and shocking.
It's very, very common that all you see is people's private parts. There you go.
What is also common is talking to children. Within seconds, Driscoll is chatting with two young boys.
Hi, how are you?
They say,
I'm good.
How old are you guys?
800.
Okay.
The boys soon tell Driscoll they've seen pornography on Omegle.
You guys come onto this site a lot? I'm new to this one.
They reply,
Kind of.
All right. What's the cool stuff that's happening out here in this one?
Then they say something startling.
I've seen a
Okay. Yeah.
They add,
Yeah, it's kind of just fun to chat with people.
Okay. That's fair.
Driscoll goes on to have more conversations with other children, some who even tell him where they live.
I didn't expect two kids that quickly to talk to me and share that much information.
Telling strangers personal information is where danger lies. Sites like Omegle can be a feeding ground for child predators.
So they're very good at manipulating the kids, scaring the kids. We've seen it with TikTok, obviously Omegle.
Tammy Sneed is director of the Office of Human Trafficking Services for the Connecticut Department of Children and Families.
And they start to threaten the kids. They'll say, we want you to take your shirt off. We want you to take your clothes off. And if you don't, I'm going to come kill your parents. And when they're that young, they believe it.
Next, I go on Omegle and see who I encounter. I, too, see lots of porn, and I meet many young kids, like this 13-year-old girl from California, who says she's been scarred by adults performing lewd acts.
Do you like this website, Omegle? Have you been able to meet a lot of people?
What she tells me is upsetting.
I mean, it's all right. Like, every now and then you get a good conversation, and then you get a grown man, and then you get some people who are mean. So it's nice to talk to a face. If you're okay with being scarred, I mean, I've actually had a pretty good day. I've only seen one today.
Like one person naked, you mean?
She says,
Yeah.
Yeah. How old are you?
She replies,
I'm 13.
Omegle's been around for years, but its popularity has exploded during the pandemic. Ms. Sneed says kids home, bored, and online had a lot to do with it.
It's definitely increasing, and we're seeing younger and younger children on that app or watching some of those videos. I've had kids as young as 7 to 9 years old.
Kids who, prior to the pandemic, might not be online at all.
Kids that never had internet before have internet. There's a lot of downtime. There's a lot of family that are struggling financially. They're working. Kids sometimes are home by themselves because of the pandemic.
Omegle was started in 2009 out of Vermont by Leif K. Brooks. Eyewitness News reached out to him for comment regarding concerns about the site, but we've not heard back. Omegle does state on the website that chats are monitored, but how often isn't clear. Scott Driscoll says it's parents who have to monitor.
But what our kids get exposed to, the language, the obscenities, the pornography, you can't take that back. Once a kid sees that, it's in them. And I think it's something parents need to be aware of, and we need to take an active approach, learn about these things, talk to our kids about it, and get involved.
To be clear, it is not all porn on Omegle. You can legitimately talk to people around the world, practice your language skills, but one thing is certain, this is no place for children. I'm Patricia Del Rio, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.